Hello everyone, welcome to the how to make a map for Team Fortress 2 using Source SDK. My name is Cold Blue Light. Some of you might know me from the TGP Dusty server. Okay, so let's get started. Once you've installed Source SDK from your tools menu in Steam and made sure that the SDK base and the SDK orange box base has been installed, we're going to launch it. Now, I've already done that for you. Or for me rather, and you'll get this pretty dialog box showing you several options. One of the options is Hammer Editor. This is the actual level editor that Valve uses to make all their maps with. Now first you have to make sure it's been set up right, so in Engine Version we're going to select Orange Box from the drop down list, and then for current game we're going to go with Team Fortress 2, and then we're going to run Hammer. Alright, so here we go. And Hammer is going to start up, and you'll see this pretty little dialog down here at the bottom called Messages, and this is your compilation messages and your loading messages as well. You'll see a lot of path space has been loaded down here, but that's not important for us. It just lets us know that the game has been loaded correctly. So we can close this, and we'll have a nice big blank screen. So to start our map, we're going to go to File, go to New, and we'll be greeted with 4 viewports perspective windows. I'm just going to line mine up real fast. There we go. This is your 3D perspective, and this is your top, and you can tell by moving your mouse up in the top left corner. This is your side, and this is your front. Okay, so let's get started. Now for some reason I have a default texture of an ambulance, so I'm going to change this. I'm going to go to my texture application. It's this icon over here on our toolbar to the side. And go to browse and type in brick, and then I'll pick this one out, brick wall. Hit close, and now I'll be using the brush tool from here on out to create the actual level. Okay, so what the brush tool is it's this tool right here. If you hover your mouse over a little bit, it says block tool, and this is actually brush tool. And this is your level's geometry. This is what you'll be using to create your actual level with. So with that selected, we'll go over here to one of our viewports, and we'll drag and make a nice square. And then I'll zoom out some here so you can see it, and then we'll pull it up just a little bit and zoom out here. Now if I zoom out in my 3D perspective using the mouse wheel, you can see a shape of a square being drawn. Scale this down a little bit by dragging the anchors. Alright, and then we'll press enter, and we've created our first brush for our level. Now you can build an entire level by building brush after brush after brush, and in fact that's what you're all going to do. But instead of just drawing 4 walls, ceiling, floor, and all that good stuff, we're going to do it the easy way, and this is really the way you should do it just about every time, unless you feel like you need to do this. So we're going to delete these and select our brush again, make it a little bit wider. There we go. And go to Tools, Make Hollow, or Control H, and then I use 15 for the number. This is just how thick or thin the wall is going to be when we make it hollow. And we say OK. And now if I fly inside using Z, pressing Z while I'm in my 3D perspective, and using WASD to move around in the mouse to look just like you were in game, if I fly inside the brush, I'll see I've created a nice room. But let's change some of the textures in here, because we don't want to stare at brick all day long. Or at least I don't want to. I mean, you can. Okay, so back in our text browser, we'll type in grass, and you'll see we have a nice selection, but we have some unusual ones called blend. It'll say blend to concrete or blend to cliff. What that is are they're 2 textures in one. Let's pick on this one right here. And we'll right click to place our texture on one surface of the brush, and we'll see a dirt texture. Now, I said it was two textures, right? Well, it is two textures, but only the first one is going to show up first. So to get the second one, we're going to select our brush by clicking on it, go to the Displacement tab, go to Create, use the power of 4, this gives you a bigger grid size, click OK. And now we'll see a grid has appeared on our brush. So next we're going to go to Paint Alpha, and you'll see a dialog box pop open. You'll get this for your geometry or paint geometry tool as well, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Right now we're going to paint some grass. If we left click and drag, wherever we drag our mouse, we'll see grass. Now this is real simple. You can paint out paths like people walking through there often, or little grassy fields, that kind of thing. But what if you want to just see grass everywhere first? Well, we'll close this and hit Invert Alpha, and now we'll see that it is switched. Where we were drawing grass, it's now dirt, and where it was dirt, it's now grass. Okay, so we're going to paint back over this, Paint Alpha, and we will left click again, and you'll see it'll paint grass over our dirt, and that's fine. There we go. Make sure that it's all covered. Now if you were to right click, it would paint dirt. Alright, so we'll close this out for now. This is fine. So we have a grass field in the middle of a brick room. Now this is unusual looking. I've not seen anything like this unless it's a greenhouse or something. So let's make a sky. Go back to our texture browser, go to Browse, type in Sky, and we'll use what's called a texture tool. And what a texture tool is a texture that's been specified by the game engine to perform a task. In this case, the skybox texture, this one right here, Tools/Tools Skybox, will place a sky wherever this texture is. We'll place our sky up here for now, and that'll be fine. And let's scale this down some, so we'll select our brush and go to our perspective down here and drag down just a little bit. Okay, good. Now we have more of a game space looking area. So this is an outdoor area now because we have sky, we have walls, and we have grass. So let's make a building.